The players moved, the league didn't, and now there's a 2-week window before the entire 2026 season is in jeopardy. And 80% of the league, free agents, with nowhere to sign. Everything's fine. I'm Lerae, your favorite lawyer, and this is the Rapid Refresh titled March 10th or Else. Here's the timeline. After the January 9th deadline passed, we entered into a status quo period. The union submitted a proposal in mid-December, and the league didn't respond for more than 6 weeks. Now, that silence led to a high-stakes in-person meeting on February 2nd in New York, the first face-to-face since fall. Owners were in the room, player leadership was in the room, and according to WNBA President the league showed up without a proposal prepared. 4 days later, on February 6th, the league finally submitted a counter, and that broke the deadlock and kicked off a faster exchange. The union responded on February 17th with a revised proposal that included real concessions. The league countered 3 days later on February 20th. So after 6 weeks of nothing, we got 3 proposals in 2 weeks. That's the pace now. So let's compare. On revenue sharing, this is still the core fight. The union is now asking for 25% of gross revenue in year 1 and then averaging 27.5% over the life of the deal. Now that's down from their earlier ask of 30%. They moved. The league is offering 70% of net revenue, which after expenses are deducted translates to less than 15% of gross. And on revenue sharing specifically, they have not moved. The salary cap in the league's proposal remains at $5.65 million, and the union proposed under $9.5 million, down from $10.5 million. WNBA executive Terry Carmichael Jackson addressed this directly in a message to players. She said, "What we have proposed is very realistic." I agree. What the league and the teams have done is play games, and we're not talking about basketball here. Now, there has been movement on other issues, and that does matter, but it's important to separate the peripheral wins from the structural fight. The league has conceded on housing. All players get team-provided housing in 2026. After that, it phases down to minimum salary players and rookies in 2027, and in 2028, only developmental players get studio apartments for the full deal. That's progress from where the league started, which was eliminating housing entirely. They've also agreed to codify charter flights, add 2 developmental roster spots, include a pregnant player trade consent clause, eliminate marijuana testing, increase performance bonuses, increase 401k contributions, and add a recognition payment for retired players with 8 or more years of service. Now, those are real quality of life wins. But here's what the league has not engaged on, and this list matters. No movement on the season start date or number of games, no movement on the core designation, no movement on rookie scale contract length, no movement on salary protections, no engagement with the union's proposals on the prioritization rule, and most critically, no meaningful movement on revenue sharing or salary cap. And then there's the league's framing. When the union proposed 31% of gross revenue back in December, the league projected $700 million in losses over the life of the deal. And when the union came down to 27.5%, the league now projects $460 million in losses. But here's the thing, the league has never shared its financial records. It has never provided clarity on how those loss projections are calculated. And the union has publicly, along with most of us on social media, we have publicly disputed those numbers. Which brings us to today. The WNBA told the Players Association and its team that the term sheet needs to be completed by March 10th for the 2026 schedule not to be impacted. That is less than 2 weeks away. And the operational reality behind that deadline is massive. 80% of the league are free agents right now. There are functionally no rosters. The expansion drafts for Toronto and Portland are stalled, and the college draft is pending, and training camps are supposed to open on April 19th. How? That's where the negotiations stand. Progress on the edges, stalemate at the center, and a shrinking window to bridge it all together. But there's a reason the revenue fight is the one that matters most, and this is what I've been flagging forever. Because the league's own CBA just proves something that the players have been arguing all along, something that most of us didn't think was possible. And the math behind it changes the entire framing of this negotiation. That breakdown is coming next in my rapid rundown. I will see you there.